Okay, good morning, my dear children. Now we are going to discuss statistics. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the exercise 14.4 concepts. Okay, my dear children, are you ready to listen the class, my dear children? Right. Now come to these concepts. In this chapter, in this exercise 14.4, we are going to discuss measures of central tendency. In the previous exercises, we have represented the data in various forms through frequency distribution tables, bar graphs, histograms, and frequency polygons. Yes or no, Chilam? Right. Now the question arises. If we always need to study all the data to make sense of it, or if we can make out some important features of it by considering only certain representative of the data. This is possible by using measures of central tendency or averages. These are also called averages. Okay, my children. So by using the measures of central tendency, we can study the important features of the given data. Okay, my children. Right. Now consider a situation when two students, Mary and Hari, received their test copies. The test had 5 questions, each carrying 10 marks. Okay, my children. Their scores were as follows. See here, number of questions. Question numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 questions. For each question, here the marks scored by Mary and Haris were given here. Here, for first question, he got 10 marks. For second question, he got 8. Here, 3. Here, 8. Here, 7. Similarly, here, Hari scored 4, 7, 10, 10, and 10. Okay, but still, these are the scores obtained by Mary and Hari. Now, upon getting the test copies, both of them found their average scores as follows. How do you find average score? So, sum of all these numbers, 10 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 whole divided by 5. What will you get sum of all these numbers? 42 by 5, 8.4. This is average score of Mary's. Similarly, let us find average score of Hari. So 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 whole divided by 5. That is 41 by 5 gives 8.2. This is the average score of Hari. Just by observing these two numbers here, average score of Mary is 8.4 and average score of Hari is 8.2. Yes or no, my children? Since Mary's average score was more than Hari's, Mary claimed to have performed better than Hari. As I mentioned here, average score of Mary is greater than the average score of Hari. But Hari did not agree. He did not agree. Hari arranged both their scores in ascending order and found out the middle score as given below. So here Hari did not agree with Mary. He arranged their scores in ascending order from lower score to high score. So 7, 8, 8, 9, 10. He also arranged his scores 4, 7, 10, 10, 10. And he considered the middle score, middle number. Here 8, here Hari's score is 10. Then Hari said that since his middle most score was 10, which was higher than Mary's middle most score, that is 8, his performance should be rated better. So he argued Mary, his middle score, highest score is 10, but Mary's middlemost score was 8 only. So he said he got a better mark, but Mary was not convinced. To convince Mary, Harry tried out another strategy. He said he had scored 10 marks more often, that is 3 times, as compared to Mary, who scored 10 marks only once. Yes or no, my children? Mary scored 10 marks only once, but Harry scored 10 marks 3 times. So Harry said, I got 10 marks 3 times as compared to Mary. So his performance was better. So Harry argued that his performance is better. Now to settle the dispute between Harry and Mary, let us see these 3 measures they adopted to make their point. Here 3 measures were considered. First one is average score, and the second one, after arranging the observations in the ascending order, we have considered middle number, and the third one is number of times frequently repeated. The average score that Mary found in the first case is the mean. This is called mean of the observations. The middle score that Harry was using for his argument is the median. This is called median. The most often scored mark that Harry used in his second strategy is mode. This is called mode. More frequently appeared in the given observations. That is called mode. So here there are 3 types of central tendency. They are mean, median and mode. Okay, my children, these are called measures of central tendency. Understood this point, my children? Right. Now let us discuss the first type of measures of central tendency, that is mean. Now let us first look at the mean in detail. The mean, this is also called average of a number of observations, is the sum of the values of all the observations divided by the total number of observations. Okay, my children. It is denoted by the symbol X bar. This notation is read as X bar. Understood this notation, my children, and how to pronounce it right. We have already studied in our earlier classes that the mean of a certain number of observations is equal to, we have already studied, the mean of certain number of observations is equal to sum of all the observations by total number of observations. Do you remember that point, my children? Right. Therefore, the mean X bar is equal to sum of all the observations by total number of observations. Okay, my children, hereafter we use this formula to find the mean of the given observations. Okay, my children, to simplify our working of finding the mean, let us use a variable xi. Here we use a variable xi. For our convenience, we are using a variable xi to denote ith observation. In this case, I can take the values from 1 to 5. Suppose if we are taking 5 observations, so it is denoted by x1. So our first observation is denoted by x1, second observation is denoted by x2, and so on till x5. Understood this point, my children? Suppose we have considered 5 observations, then the first observation is denoted by x1, second observation is denoted by x2, and the third observation is denoted by x3, and so on. So x1 is equal to 10 means that the value of the first observation is 10, denoted by x1 is 10. Similarly, x2 is equal to 10 means the value of the second observation is 7. x3 is equal to 13 means the value of the third observation is 13. x4 is equal to 20 means the value of the fourth observation is 20. And x5 denotes the value of the fifth observation, that is x5 is equal to 15. Understood this point, my children? Right. Now, in case we are finding the mean time spent by 30 people in doing social work, writing x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus and so on plus x30 would be a tedious job. As I mentioned, the number of observations are more, large number of observations are considered, then by writing this notation is a tedious job. A tedious job. We use the Greek symbol sigma for the letter sigma. This notation is called sigma for summation. Summation is total. Instead of writing x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus and so on plus x30, we write sigma I is equal to 1 to 30 xi, that is sum of the 30 observations, which is read as the sum of xi as I varies from 1 to 30. Understood this notation, my children? Sigma I is equal to 1 to 30 xi denotes sum of the 30 observations. So x bar is equal to sum of the observation, means sigma I is equal to 1 to 30 xi by number of observation is 30. Understood this step, my children? Right. Similarly, if n observations were considered, then x bar is equal to sigma I is equal to 1 to n xi by n. We have to use this formula for a ungrouped data to find the average, to find the mean of a ungrouped data. We use this formula. Remember this formula, my children? Okay, my children? Right.